A very fine morning, my dear students. Hope you all will be fine by the grace of God. As you all know, that science is divided into two parts, Science 1 and Science 2. Today, I will take the lecture of Science 2, Lesson 1, that is Heredity and Evolution. Children, under this chapter, we will cover the topic in today's lecture that are heredity and evolution, and first subtopic is heredity and hereditary changes. Second is transcription. Third, translation. Fourth, translocation. Fifth, mutation. Six types of RNA. So, these all topics I will explain in today's lecture. Before that, you see some slides here so that you can understand it better, children. Please have a look on the slides. This is a slide of triplet codon. Here you can see here central dogma. This is a slide of central dogma. This is the structure of messenger RNA. This is the ribonucleic acid, that is RNA, and how it is formed with different type of the nitrogenous bases, that are adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. Here you can see there are four types of nitrogenous base in DNA structure: adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. And here you can see this is the basic unit of life, that is cell. Already you have studied so far in 9th standard, 8th standard, etc. Now children, we will start with our explanation part. Children, here we are starting with the lesson heredity and evolution. So here first of all you should know that inside the cell one very important organelle is there, that is called nucleus, and inside that nucleus DNA strands are there, and in DNA strands on that some small structure are there that are called genes, which are responsible for the transfer of hereditary characters from parents to the offsprings. Let us see the hereditary changes. So, in hereditary changes, we will see, children. First of all, I already explained you that what is heredity. That means transfer of the characteristic from the parents to the offspring or progeny, that is called the hereditary. Now, hereditary, uh, first of all, the Johann Gregor Mendel was the pioneer of the modern genetics. So that point you should underline, that he is the main founder of the genetics. So this point you have to underline. Now, around the period of 1886, it took a long time to make the conclusion of his research. In 1901, he understood what is the reason behind the sudden changes, and these reasons were due to mutational theory of the Hugo de Vries. Now, meanwhile, in 1902, Walter and Sutton observed the pair of chromosome in the cell of grasshopper. Until then, it was not known to anyone that in grasshopper there are pair of the chromosome. Research is started in this direction, and the nature of genetics material, which was proved that genes are carried via the chromosomes, and through which in 1944 the three scientists Oswald Avery, Maclean McCarthy and Colin MacLeod They prove that except viruses, all living organisms have the DNA as genetic material. So this point is important point, children. You have to note down. This full point you have to underline. Now, in 1961, the French geneticist, his name was Francois Jacob, and Jacques Monod proposed a model for the process of protein synthesis. And this protein synthesis was with the help of the DNA in bacterial cell. It also uncovered the genetic codes which were hidden in the DNA. DNA already you know that it is deoxyribonucleic acid. The technique of this recombinant DNA technology again emerged and has a vast scope in the field of genetic engineering. Now, we will see that the science of heredity is useful for what purpose? So that you have to underline, children, that the science of heredity is useful for the diagnosis, treatment and prevention of the genetic disorder or hereditary disorder, production of hybrid varieties. Hybridization already is studied in 9th standard. So hybrid varieties of animal and plant, as well as in industrial process in which the microbes are used. Now, let us see, children, the transcription, translation and translocation. So, here we will see, children, that with the help of RNA, that is RNA is what? It is ribonucleic acid. And children, you have already studied the types of the RNA in 9th standard. So which are three types of RNA? Messenger RNA or mRNA, transfer RNA or tRNA, and the last one is the rRNA, that is ribonuclear ribose RNA. So this way we can see that three types of the RNA are there, children. Now here we'll see the genes which are present in the form of the DNA that participate in the functioning of the cell, and therefore what they do, that they control the structure and functioning of the body. So what information is there about the protein synthesis? That means synthesis of the protein that is already stored in the DNA, and synthesis of appropriate protein is also according to the requirement it is necessary for the body. So this point you have to underline, that where the information about the synthesis of protein is collected or already it is there, that is in the it is stored in the DNA. Now these proteins are synthesized by DNA with the help of the RNA. This is also important point, and this is called as central dogma. This point is very important, so that you have to learn what is central dogma. I have already shown you the slide how the central dogma is there. Messenger RNA is produced as per the sequence of the nucleotide on the DNA. You might have studied that DNA is having two spiral ladder shape characteristic, and in between the strands are there. So in that are called the nucleotides. Now the sequence of nucleotides in messenger RNA being produced is always complementary to DNA strand. Now there is a uracil in RNA instead of the thymine. That already 4 nitrogenous base you have studied, I have shown in the slide also. So instead of the thymine, in case of the RNA rest are same, that means 3 are same, but instead of thymine there is uracil. This process of RNA synthesis is called as a transcription. So this is also important point, children. This you have to keep in your mind, that this process of RNA synthesis is called transcription. This is very important point. Let us come to the next, that is, here you can see how the transcription is shown here. Here you can see that in this structure of the transcription, you can see how the RNA polymers are there. Now RNA nucleotides are there, and how the transcription is taking place. Now the messenger RNA or the mRNA, which is formed in the nucleus, come in the cytoplasm with the masses, and it brings the coded message. That already I told that it brings the message. The masses contain the coded for the codes for the amino acid. You know that protein are made up of amino acid, and the code for each amino acid is consists of 3 nucleotide. That is why it is called as triplet codon. So this point you have to underline, children, that the code of each amino acid consists of 3 nucleotide. It is called triplet codon. Now, Dr. Hargobind Khurana was a scientist of Indian origin. He has made an important contribution of triplet codon for 20 amino acids. So this also you have to keep in keep in mind. And he was awarded with the Nobel Prize in 1968 along with the 2 other scientists. Now, this each messenger RNA is made up of thousands of triplet codon as per the masses of mRNA. Now, this point here to underline, that messenger RNA is made up of thousands of codon. As per the masses of messenger RNA, amino acid are supplied to the tRNA. tRNA means transfer RNA. For this purpose, transfer RNA has an anticodon, which is having the complementary sequence of the codon and messenger RNA. Now, this process is called the translation. So this is important. You have to note down. The amino acid brought in by the tRNA are bonded together with the help of peptide bonds, and in that the rRNA is helping. So this point also important. During this process, the ribosome, what are the ribosome that I want to tell you, children, that you have studied the structure of the cell. In that, in the center, nucleus is there. Around the nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum is there. That is a network type. On that, dot structure are shown. These are called the ribosomes. Now, so during this process, the ribosome keep on moving from one end of messenger RNA to other end by distance of triplet codon, and this is called as translocation. So many chains come together to form the complex protein. Now, these proteins control various functions of the body of living organism and their appearance also. Living organism can produce new individuals like themselves due to the genes only. That already I explained you, children, that this point you have to underline. And some of the genes are transmitted to the next generation without any change. Due to this, the parent are transmitting characteristic of their own to the offspring or their children. Sometimes sudden changes occur, and any nucleotide of the gene changes its position, that cause a minor change with nothing, but it is called the mutation. So what is mutation? That you have to see now. That what is mutation, children? That when there is some change in the nucleotide which causes a minor change, that is called the mutation. That nucleotides are already I told, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, these all are the nucleotide. Now here, children, you can see this is the figure for the translocation and translation. So here how it is taking place, that you can see that how messenger RNA is bringing it to the transfer RNA, then it bring it to the ribosome where the protein synthesis takes place, and these are the codon. Now this is the, here you can see how the mutation takes place. So here this is the main sequence, and here the replacement takes place, how this thymine, guanine and cytosine are replaced. So this way you can see how the mutation takes place. This is mutation. Now children, we will see that some mutation may be minor but some is considerable, and this is everlasting process, and it is one of the proof of Darwin's theory of natural selection. So this is all about the genetic changes. Let us come to the evolution. So here we'll see children about the evolution. This evolution, it is the gradual change occurring in the living organism over a long duration, and this is very slow going process through which the development of the organism is achieved. That means like our ancestor where the monkeys they gradually changes, and then afterwards in the human being, our ancestors are a, and we are now changed. We don't have the tail, we don't have the other growth on the body or growth so much hair on the body. These all changes occur. So these are very gradual changes, and afterward the development of organism is achieved. These changes occurred in various components ranging from the, this is also affected by the stars and planet also. So that point also I underline, as well as in the biosphere which is present on the earth. This should be included in the study of evolution. Now from species, formation of new species, we can see that it is due to changes in the specific character of the several generation of living organism, and this is due to the natural selection only. It is but natural that who will be strong, that can survive in the nature, and who will be weak, they cannot survive. They cannot survive in that way. So these all are the same way the evolution also occur. It is a natural selection. Nature select those who can survive, and those who cannot survive, they perish. Now we can see here children, about 3.5 billion years ago, life had been non-existent on the earth. As the beginning, there may have been only simple elements in the ocean on the earth, and these simple type of organic and inorganic substances were there. So, how much 3.5 billion year ago the life was not there. Afterwards, that simple type of the organic and inorganic compounds may have been formed from those, and this they form the complex compound like the protein, nucleic acid. They also first might have formed, and after that the primitive cell was formed. Primitive mean premature type of the cell was formed. So we can see here children that from these organic and inorganic substances, how the premature type of the cells were formed. So here we can see the number of these cells may have increased slowly and at the cost of surrounding chemicals, and this way some differences among these cells And according to the principle of natural selection, already I told that who are strong enough, who can bear, who can tolerate the weather changes and all, they can adjust themselves, they were survived. So according to the natural selection, some may have shown very good growth and some might have perished, so which could not adjust with the surrounding. This is called the natural selection. At present, we can see that crores of the plants and animals with the huge variety they are present with the different shape, different complexity, they are present on the earth. Like we can say that it ranges from the unicellular organism as amoeba, paramecium, etc., to the man and giant whale, up to the giant whale. Same way we can say up to the elephant also. The plant diversity consists of various species which are ranging from the unicellular organism or unicellular plant like chlorella to the huge banyan tree. The life exists on the earth everywhere from equator to both the poles. So the organisms which are present at all the places like air, water, land, rock, etc., human has shown curiosity about the origin of life and reason for such a great diversity in the life which is present on the earth. Now, uh, from the beginning only, from the ancient time only. And regarding this, different theories about the origin and evolution of life are proposed till today, and out of which a theory of gradual development of living organism is accepted now. So this is important point, children. Here we'll see a peek into history that many philosophers and religious scholars have written their views about the formation of life, and it seems to be through discussion over the formation of universe. And in various cultures like Indian, Chinese, Roman, Greek, etc., various cultures have noted different type of the information about the planets and stars as well as Panch Mahabhutas. Panch Mahabhutas mean from which five elements our body is formed. So that already you have seen here. Now we'll see that theory of evolution. According to this theory, first living material, that is protoplasm, was formed. Already you know protoplasm. I had taught you that in the cell, whatever the liquid substance is present inside the nucleus, that is called nucleoplasm, and outside the nucleus, that is called cytoplasm, and cytoplasm plus nucleoplasm together is called as the protoplasm. So due to the course of time, the unicellular organism were formed. Now, gradually changes occurred and in the unicellular organism from which the larger and more complex organisms were formed. All these changes were very slow and gradual. Duration of these changes, it must be 300 crores year. Changes and development in the living organism is had been all around multidimensional, and this led to the evolution of different type of the organism. Now, therefore, we can say that this overall process is called the evolution, which is organizational. Now, progressive development of plant and animal from ancestors having different structure and functional organization is called the evolution. This point here to note down. So, whatever the progressive development in the plants and animals is there from our ancestors, from the ancestors which is having different structural and functional organization, that is called the evolution. Structural mean which changes are in the structure, and functional means which changes are there in their habit. So now children, this is all about the evolution. So children, here I am ending my this lecture. In the next lecture we will start from the evidences of the evolution. So hope you might understood, children. If any doubt is there, you can clear your doubt by messaging me. And you have to make one long book, 200 pages. In that you have to write the important point which I have underlined during our explanation, and in between these topics what questions are there, that answer you have to find out. If any problem is there, then we will discuss. So uh, try to understand each and every point, don't mug up the answers. So children, work hard. Thank you.